If you have a visible difference, you know the moment. Something happens. Someone looks a little too long. A camera comes out, you catch your reflection, and your body goes into autopilot. You either cover, cancel, get smaller, or leave. Today, I want to show you the most powerful thing you still have, even on your hardest day. You can choose what you do next. This is episode 2 in the 5R Failures framework. In episode 1, we talked about recognition, like naming your autopilot without shame. Today is where real change starts because we're talking about the gap between what happens to you and what you do next. Here's what you get in the next few minutes. Number 1, the gap idea that gives you your freedom back. Number 2, a super simple traffic light you can picture in your head. And number 3, 3 tools you can use today, like right before a photo, in a mirror moment, or when you feel that eyes are all on you. At the end, I'll give you a 24-hour gap challenge you can do with me, and you could drop your win in the comments. Maybe a trigger is the grocery store stare. Maybe it's a family event and someone says, quick photo. Maybe you walk past the window and see yourself and your chest just tightens. If your first urge is to cover, disappear, or act like you're fine and leave, hear me. That doesn't mean you're weak. That's your nervous system trying to protect you. Autopilot is fast. It feels like trigger, then reaction. But there's actually something in the middle. There's a gap. And that gap is where your freedom lives. There's a line from Viktor Frankl that I come back to a lot. It says, between stimulus and response, there's a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. If you ever felt trapped by your own reflex, like you can't stop yourself, this is the way out. You're not trying to erase your feelings. We're expanding the space so you can have a say in what happens next. Hey, quick check-in. What's your most common trigger right now? Just type one word in the comments: stare, photos, mirrors, or invitation. I'm reading them because in the next episode, we'll go after that top one. Now, let's get back to the video. Okay, here's a traffic light. Picture like a spotlight in your mind. The red light is react. This is the snap response. You might get sharp, shut down, spiral, over explain, or say something you don't even mean. It's your body going danger. The yellow light is retreat. This is the one that most of us live in. Covering, canceling, avoiding, shrinking, disappearing. It can look calm on the outside, but fear is driving the wheel. And green is respond. A response is chosen. It's aligned with who you want to be, even if your body still feels activated. Green doesn't mean you can feel confident. Green means you stay true to yourself. In a minute, I'll tell you about a moment when I felt that yellow light hitting hard and how I moved to green in real time without pretending it didn't bother me. Let's make this practical. 3 tools, simple, repeatable, and you can do them anywhere. Tool number 1, the 90-second reset. When you're triggered, your body thinks it's in danger. So we start with the body. Try this with me right now. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 2 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds. Do that 3 rounds. If faith is part of your life, you can pair with the short breath prayer. Inhale, God be near. Exhale, I choose peace. This doesn't erase the moment, it creates the gap. Tool number 2, the 5-second interrupt. The goal is not to suddenly feel brave. The goal is to interrupt the reflex. Count down in your head, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then take one green action. 1. Here's some green action example. Relax your shoulders, lift your chin, make eye contact. Stay in the room for 10 more seconds. Answer the question without apologizing. Don't adjust your hair, clothing to hide just for 10 seconds. Tool number 3, the fearless me question. Ask yourself, what would the fearless version of me do next? In the next 10 seconds, not the perfect version, not the loud version, just the aligned version. Then do the smallest version of that. Let me give you a real moment from my old IT job in New York City. It was a normal day. I was at my desk, just doing my thing. My coworker Felix walks over. Felix is naturally going bald, so he just shaves his head on the regular just to keep it even. He looks at me, totally casual, and goes, "Yo, how do you keep your head so smooth?" Instantly, my body did the thing. My chest tightened, it was heat in my face. If you deal with a visible difference, you know the feeling. You know exactly that feeling. It's like your brain hits a button and you suddenly get me out of here mode. In my head, it was yellow retreat. My old autopilot script showed up right on time. Deflect, make a joke, change the subject, move on. And I wanted to, I really did. I wanted to laugh it off and disappear back into my screen, but I caught it. Just for a second, I noticed the gap. So I used the tool right there, standing at my desk. One breath cycle, 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Then I did a quick 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then I asked myself, what would fearless me do? All right, let's pause here. If you have your own version of the Felix moment, what's the first thing your body does? Chest, stomach, throat? Talk to me in the comments. All right, well, let's get back to the story. My green action was honestly simple. It was just tell me the truth. So I looked at him and I said, I don't actually shave, man. I have alopecia. Basically, my body thinks my hair follicles are the enemy and it goes after them. He looked at me for a second, kind of processing it, then goes, huh, you're lucky. We both look weird, laugh a little, not mean, just awkward, like neither of us knew what to do in that moment. But here's why I'm telling you this. That moment changed something for me. Did the trigger disappear? No. The question still hit. My chest still tightened, but I answered from the truth, not shame. I stayed me. And that's the win we're after. Not ever getting triggered, but staying within yourself when you are triggered. If you're faith oriented like me, here's how I think about this. Courage isn't pretending it doesn't hurt. Courage is partnering with God in the gap. Want me to say it again? I'm glad you asked. Courage isn't pretending it doesn't hurt. Courage is partnering with God in the gap, choosing love over fear, truth over shame, presence over hiding. And if you're not a faith person, you can still use the exact same principles because it's just how your nervous system works. Let's turn this into real change. Here's your 24-hour gap challenge. Pick one trigger you're likely to face in the next day. It could be stairs, photos, mirrors, or invitations. When it hits, say to yourself, this is the gap. Do one breath exercise. Inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds. Then count to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take one green action. Stay, speak, show up. Stop covering for 10 seconds. Keep the plan you are about to cancel. Then come back and comment like this. Gap plus your trigger plus your green action. Here's an example. Gap, photos, I stayed in the frame. Episode 1, recognition. Taught you how to see the pattern. Episode 2, the gap. Teaches you to choose in the moment. Episode 3 is where we build the next R. So you can keep showing up consistently, not just occasionally. Click the next episode. And if you're having a hard week right now, I made a 40-hour survival guide. You can access in my free community. It's quick steps for your next 2 days when you feel like hiding. The link is in the description. You don't have to love every moment, but you can choose who you are inside. The trigger is real, and the power in the gap is real too. See you in the next video. God bless.